running straight from you. Never knew where you had run your only son. The child you never knew I could have been someone. And the only thing I'm sure I wish I never cared. If you did, you wouldn't try to be there. I wanna tell you this, the home you left, it kept us warm. Those cracks appeared in these walls, and the roof began to tumble down. Nobody there, no one around. Oh, this home you left, and now it's just a memory to my regret. It's the house of the dead, yeah, it's right for you. Nothing but a memory and instead of you. It's the house of the dead. Never realized how much I miss with you not being there by my side. No one there to tell me all the right from wrong. Gotta make my own rules as I went along. I'ma always hold that I will be the one to mend the broken pieces of our empty home. I knew I let her down, I was selfish, I was a fool. All about me, just like you. And the cracks appeared in these walls, and the roof began to tumble down.
As you well know, Isaac, I enjoy pain. It's like a good Chinese dinner, you know, with the sweet and the sour. Expanding on that analogy, I will smile with delight. That's the sweet. As you scream for your fucking life. Of course, that's the sour. Ciao.
Mad motherfucker. Shit! The place is wired to blow!
We're not dead yet, detective!
Driver speaking. I'm pleased to announce we're running ahead of schedule and will be reaching our final destination far, far sooner than expected. Choo-choo.
Family betrayed.
You fucking bastard! You killed my brother!
You died trying to stop Caesar. I won't rest until I've shot his fucking guts over half the county.
With Papa Caesar on the loose, nobody is safe.
Seen eye to eye, you and I. But I wanted you to be aware of some important things. I find myself burdened with an inexorable sense of moral duty, Isaac. And in the absence of a friend to confide in, I turn to you. You know of Clement, darling, yes? The Cretan prison warden? It was he who originally discovered the mutant compound in a secret lab beneath his prison. Clement's ambitions are small-minded, Isaac, but he has friends, powerful friends, and they have had success, and they have had access to the compound for some time. You should know this so you can prepare, Isaac, so you can warn the right people while there's still time, and there's so little time.
They call him only G. His identity, a mystery.
You ever going to tell anybody what the fucking G stands for? No.
Hey, how you been? Oh yeah? So you free to talk? Not really. paired me up with this guy, and we don't really get along that well. And, you know, we had some weird shit. Some really weird shit. You read about it? What they say? Really? Yup, right in the middle. So you don't go there, man. Nah, fucked up. Really, really fucked up. Nah, you did. Well, what'd she say? Well, yeah, you know, she's kinda cool. But see, I met this other girl. She looks kinda weird. I mean, not weird, just sexy, kinda. What type of body? Well, see, that ain't kinda important, you know? She's got this whole beautiful mind thing. Oh, man. Sure, all the good time. Nah, you'll get to meet her. She just got some stuff to get together right now.
Daddy, can I be a mutant?
One day, son, but for now you're too young.
But Daddy!
No means no, and stop sniveling, you little shit. By the way, I'm not your daddy.
Huh?
I just kind of fuck your mom. Talking of fucking people, I have a story for you. Sit back and listen, it's quite an amusing one. Well, I took myself to Bayou. I could not believe my eyes. The folks had been mutated, not quite dead, but not alive. Wasn't really looking for love, but they say that's when it strikes. She had that look of being dug up, but that's the type I like. Yeah, free world, man. One man's meat, yada yada yada. Man, she was good. Well, she came towards me, said no words, just kinda snarling. As she tried to eat my brains out, I just had to kiss you, darling. Think I kinda rushed it though, cause as her lips had touched my mouth, her gums broke free from her face, thought it rude to spit them out. You know those travel programs that's on the television where they eat all that weird shit? Yeah, she tasted like chicken. Didn't want to make a scene as her mouth was in mine, so I chewed it around and swallowed it down, went in for a second time. Now I like to love the hard way, the rough and then the tumble, but she was something else, man. I was being strangled. Once again misread the signs, thought go to second base. As her top came off, her tits went pop, got pus all in my face. Yeah, tasted like chicken, chunky pussy chicken.
House of the Dead, Overkill. It's not just good, it's fucking delicious. Critics said it's fucking good. Other critics said it's motherfucking good. A street corner prostitute said, I would suck that guy's dick. A toothless crack whore said, give me a chicken dinner. House of the Dead, Overkill, fucked up genius.
If you did, you would have tried to be there. I wanna tell you this, the home you left, that kept us warm. Those cracks appear in these walls, and the roof began to tumble down. Nobody there, no one around. Oh, this home you left, and now it's just a memory to my regret. It's a house of the dead, yeah, it's right for you. Nothing but a memory here instead of you. It's a house of the dead. Never realized how much I missed with you not being there by my side. No one there to tell me all the right from wrong. Gotta make my own rules as I went along. I'ma always hold that I won't be the one to mend the broken pieces of our empty home. I knew I let her down, I was selfish, I was a fool. All about me, just like you. And the cracks appeared in these walls, and the roof began to tumble down on this home you left. Now it's just a memory you. A house of the dead. A house of the dead. It's a house of the dead. A house of the dead. A house of the dead.
Let me give you some context here, boys. I love my mother.
I won't let you fucking do this to me!
Hold still, please. This is a very delicate procedure.
You can't! Please!
I want you. Yes, I do. In a dirty kind of way.
No!
When you touch me, baby, all this thing got me begging down in the stairs. Love your body. Oh, next to my
does a brother have to do to pacify a bitch? I'm telling you, G, I've tried my best with her. God be my witness. I have shown respect, charm, understanding, but that is the last fucking straw.
Ladies and gentlemen, the infinite tact of Isaac Washington.
What the funk? What the funk? Got into you. Oh, what the funk? What the funk? Got into you. Got into you. What you got? Are you giving it to me? You know it's mine and it's time for me to get funky. What you got? Gonna give me good. Do it like a real man should and get funky. You heard me. You heard me. You know you got what is coming. Get down and dance with my honey, laying down the law. Move close and dance with my honey. When you're moving, I feel love and get funky. Get funky. Baby, tonight, please shake this party down. Shake it, shake it. Baby, it's time. Oh, I'll play this time right upside down. Glide and ride with the vibe of a good man.
Here we go now, going around. Music turned up with the hook pulled down. Making a move with a chick beside me. Left in 42nd and grand, then I tried to slide up. Hand up on my thigh, move it up, yeah, as I drive a place where she wants to be. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get funky.
What you got? Are you giving it to me? You know it's mine and it's time for me to get funky. Whoa, yeah. What you got? Give it to me good. Do it like a real man should to get funky. You heard me, you heard me. You know you got what is coming. Get down and dance with my honey, laying down the law. Move close and dance with my sugar. If you're moving, I feel love and get funky. Yeah, get funky.
Did you not find this all slightly ironic?
Fucking ironic?
Yeah, ironic. You know when something occurs after you...
I know what ironic means, motherfucker.
See, you did it again. Throughout this whole episode, you've been motherfucking everything.
That's my thing. That's how I fucking speak.
No, I'm not complaining. You make the fuck word an everyday word, and the motherfucker phrase you use is indeed part of you.
As I said, that's my shit.
Yeah, but there we were, face to face with the real motherfucker. Clement more than likely fucked his mother, and not once did you call him motherfucker. When indeed he was, most probably a real motherfucker. So what does that tell you?
I don't fucking know.
What you got? Are you giving it to me? You know it's mine and time for me to get funky. Yeah. What you got? Gonna give it me good. Do it like a real man should to get funky. What you got? Are you giving it to me? You know it's mine and time for me to get funky. Funky, funky. What you got? Gonna give it me good. Do it like a
Lala Guns, a doting sibling to a crippled brother, forced into a life of vice. Now she's filled with a primal hunger for revenge.
Why don't you come on over, baby? Spare me just an hour or two. Sit beside my fireside and we'll talk about what we're gonna do. I've been waiting so long, baby, burning, yearning, hurting for you. I get this aching inside my heart and the mind is solely set on you. I've been drinking, I've been thinking, all alone dreaming of you. Going crazy, will you be my baby? Torn out, twisted with you.
Guns? Ball of fucking guns? What kind of name is that?
Try to see it from my side, baby. I've been going out of my mind, wondering when I can touch you, taste you, feel your body next to mine. Oh, I've been drinking, I've been thinking, wondering what we're gonna do. Going crazy, everything is hazy, torn out, twisted with you.
A howling hellcat humping a hot steel hog.
Hey you! Crockett Tubbs, jump on!
A seductive she-devil leading a pair of pigs on a roaring rampage of revenge.
You are the only one. 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 I've been drinking, I've been thinking, will we be together again? I need you, I just wanna feel your hand upon my body again. Oh, I've been drinking, I've been thinking, will we be together again? How I need you, I just wanna feel your hand upon my body again.
I need to write this down because I'm a JD man, but this is beautiful. So you can bring a little more in here. Yeah, fucking hot though. Shit. I love that job. Put Ox's haze in my background. Put some funk in my ears. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Okay, let me roll that one again because I'm feeling that now. I know where you guys are taking this. Sick.
lot of guns, if you can hear me, I'd like you to know I think you're the most beautiful woman I've ever met.
Now that just ain't right.
I think if we've learned anything from today, it's that love ain't always right. Washington, I love you, man.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
They tried to tell me this love wasn't right. They'll never see how this love came to be tonight. And when I hold you in my arms, there's nobody who knows me like you. Your beautiful mind, you speak to my soul. You have so many faces, all of them I know. Your beautiful mind, stay in my life, here by my side until the end of time. So wonderfully clear when holding you near, the magic of you, my dreams have come true. Your beautiful mind, you speak to my soul. You have so many faces, all of them I know. Beautiful mind, beautiful mind, oh beautiful mind, stay mine. Oh beautiful mind, beautiful, beautiful mind, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful mind, beautiful mind. Oh you're beautiful, beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful mind. Oh you beautiful mind, stay alive. Oh beautiful mind, beautiful
And one more thing, Isaac. Are you aware your father is still alive?
Anybody feel the need in here to share a little secret tonight? Like the time I know a respectable man told a secret to his wife. She wasn't really hurt, she just smiled. He was shocked by her reaction. She says, every time I spend with your boyfriend, baby, I was watching. Shock. Horror. Number 22 leads a civil life. He counts no distressing. Has a girlfriend, his name is Paul. When he's a she, she's a him. His mother says he's kind of theatrical, but the truth is it turns her on. In a big bad world, the boys and girls, they can shock and make you stiff. In a little way you like it to be. I say live, baby, and live. It can make you hot, it can make you not, but what you are is who you are.
Tell us all about it, we just love to talk about it. Come on out of the closet. Do you think that you're worth it? Come on out of the closet. Tell us all about it, we just love to tell the world about it now.
Lock and load, motherfucker. Motherfucker.
As you well know, Isaac, I enjoy pain. It's like a good Chinese dinner, you know, with the sweet and the sour. Expanding on that analogy, I will smile with delight. That's the sweet, as you scream for your fucking life. Of course, that's the sour. Ciao.
Mad motherfucker. Shit! The place is wired to blow!
We're not dead yet, detective!
him only G. His identity, a mystery.
You ever going to tell anybody what the fucking G stands for?
No.